Hey y'all, Michelle G here, Bendy, Stitchy. Today is Saturday, it's June 20th. I always look, my calendar's down there on my computer. My pronouns are she, her, and today we are here to talk about cross stitch. So, yeah, let's get into it. I'm looking, I use my Notion template. It's actually not my Notion template, it's my friend Nati's Notion template, but she made a Flosstube planner. So I made a Flosstube, I used the Flosstube planner, and that tells me that since my last video, I worked on 3 projects for 4,699 stitches. So we'll say about 4,700 stitches because I do count them manually. I don't use Pattern Keeper, so that's like plus or minus. 7 stitching days and almost 25 hours of stitching in 7 days. So I don't stitch every day anymore, but the days that I do stitch, I stitch. So let's get into it. My first order of business this past week was to catch up on my tail end project. And last year I tried something different for my tail end project. I tried a black work project. So my project is from the Steady Thread, and this is their website. And if you go to the Steady Thread, there's this past stitch-alongs menu, and you can click on the year-long stitch-alongs, and you can purchase all of the past stitch-alongs. So this is the version that I'm doing. And this one totally caught my eye because of the crane scissors. So it has one medallion for each week. There's 52 of them in there, and there's a different black work pattern inside every medallion. So if you get started on the stitch along in the year, like if I had finished this in 2025, you can download the border and the bubbles, and then each week they give you a different pattern. I didn't. I fell off the bandwagon, so I ended up purchasing it, but I'm not mad because like it was $14.17. I think well worth it. But I'll add a link to that in the drop down, just so you can look at it. And this is what it looks like. It's wild. I do understand now why black work is called black work, because like medallions like this one or this one or this one or this one, they just look so much better than like these lighter ones. You can't really see what's going on in them, like this one. And even like IRL, like with my naked eye, the black work in the darker colors just looks better, right? Like this one is one of my new favorites. So I think I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more bubbles. The border's done. It mostly matched up. I had to fudge it a little bit, but you'll never know. And yeah, this is all tail ends from everything I worked on in 2025, from whenever I started it in 2025 until now, which I could probably tell you because I got deets on all of that. So I started this December 25th, 2024. And I last worked on it just this past week when I caught up. And now, so today I should have a finish. And if I don't have a finish today, I'll at least have some more threads to put into this because I'm coming to a close on a sal, Tiny Modernist sal. But yeah, I always think these flosses will go farther than they do. So there's that. Interesting thing though, the way I like to take pictures of this is this is a view into my Notion app. So this is the Flosstube part, and then this is my Steady Thread. So what I like to do is every time I put a tail end in, I like to take a picture of the thing that I stitched on and then the threads that I put in to the tail end project with it. So just this past week I did, this is Quirky Quaker Bear. So you can see like the light blue here and the dark brown there. Quirky Quaker Mothman. This one was here and here. And it's not like perfect, right? Like it's all of this one and then this one and then actually also like one of these over on the farther side, but you know, for the sake of taking pictures. Quirky Quaker Narwhal is here and then here. This is Round Robin that I was in. This is Ink Circles. Another Year Creeps By. And it's like it's a little bit all over the place because I had a lot of tail ends with this project and I couldn't remember what they were from, but definitely like the lighter colors here are from this. But you can see like that looks, it's just not ideal, right? And then a lot of these, I circled these because I was posting it on Instagram. So a lot of these colors here were from when I finished Taking Up Space. This is Taking Up Space by Shaded Stitchery. This is one of Nuri's Juneteenth patterns. I think this was the second one or the third one. The third one maybe. And I finished this and I have it framed now. Actually, I can show you. So anyway, that's my tail end project. I think I showed this already, but it's worth showing again. This is Taking Up Space by Nuri from Shaded Stitchery. And I got it framed at Acorns and Threads. But this frame is the same frame I used for this Juneteenth day. So now I need to do, Nuri has 2 more that I want to do in this style of frame. That's a sampler for Grace and the Freedom Motif sampler. So I'm not sure which one I'll do first or second. I think I already have the Freedom Motif sampler, so I might do that one next, but she's big. So I don't know when I'll get to that along the lines, but like how... More on Nuri in a few minutes because she also has a Patreon, and her this month's Patreon release, it really is reminiscent of this one, and I loved stitching this. So I might, before I go on to Freedom Motif Sampler, I might do the Patreon that reminds me of that one. But TBD. You know I always have more plans than sense. But that's okay. So anyway, that is all caught up to where I was as far as yesterday, and then I finished a couple of colors on the project I worked on yesterday, which I'll show you next. So take the mystery out of that. But so yesterday I worked on the final piece came out of from Tiny Modernist. It's called These Plants Can Kill, and this is a Sal. You didn't have to be in her Patreon to be in this Sal. As a matter of fact, this Sal was hosted and distributed through her Patreon website, but not like, it wasn't a part of her Patreon, right? So even though I'm in her Patreon, I also had to purchase the Sal above and beyond it. Worth it, worth it, worth it. So the last time I had this out, I had finished 5 bottles. I was caught up with the Sal. I was actually a little bit ahead because what came out this week is right here, this corner, foxglove, these, and the bottom of that plinth. But I took a gamble last week and I stitched this all the way to the bottom. I just figured it was going to be a mirror image of this one over here. So I just brought this one all the way down. So to finish this weekend, all I have to do is finish this bottle of foxglove and the word these, and I will have finished a Sal on schedule, which is not very like me, but very satisfying. Oh, and the fabric that I used, the fabric that I used for this is a 20 count Aida, 18 or 20 count Aida. I say it differently every time. 18 or 20 count Aida. We'll say this is a 19 count Aida that my friend Diana, It Is Kismet, dyed for me. So it's beautiful. I wouldn't change a thing. The only thing I would change is like, it just doesn't make sense. Black work doesn't make a lot of sense with light flosses on lighter fabric. If this fabric were like black or purple, these would pop and these wouldn't. So it really is a matter of fabric and floss choice with black work. But it was a good learning experience. So anyway, back to These Plants Could Kill. This is Hot Cocoa, 32 count Hot Cocoa Lugana from Bestitch Me. And you can see I stitched ahead with this, so that's done. And last night, so I'm color completing. So all of my oranges are done for this piece. And now the light yellow is done. And I'm just finishing up this dark yellow here. So once I finish the cork for the top of the bottle, the dark yellow will be done. And I think what I'll do today is alternate between projects. So I'll finish a color on this, or maybe a group of colors, and then I'll go put it in my tail end project. And I didn't realize it, but like, so every other bottle has different colors. So this is like a yellow green leaf, and then there's a blue green leaf. and this is the yellow greens, and this is the yellow greens, and this is blue greens. So I didn't know, I wasn't sure, but this is going to be stitched with the blue greens. So I'm actually done with these 2 greens also. So I have my green tail ends, my orange tail ends, and then my yellow tail ends. And I think, I just don't know. I will either finish a group of colors on this and then go ahead and put them in my tail end project, or I'll just wait till I'm done with this. But there's really not that much stitching. Foxglove, I think, is one of the smaller bottles, and there's not that much stitching in it. So I'm pretty excited. I think I can finish this. If not today, then this weekend. So these plants can kill. And I thought for sure that I had plans for the other half of this fabric, and for the life of me, I do not know what those plans were. But just, it's so good. One thing I love about this pattern is if you take a picture, this pattern exemplifies why I love backstitch. And I know, controversial opinion, because not everybody loves backstitch, but if you take a picture of the thing before the backstitch and then the thing after the backstitch, the transformation is wild. I'm trying to see if I posted it. Yes. So here we go. So looking at the nettle, this is the nettle bottle, right? And this is all the stitching, all done before the backstitch. And that's after the backstitch. Like, come on. The only thing that's different between these 2 pictures, between that picture and this picture, the only difference is that backstitch. I did not add a single other stitch. It's just the backstitch. Like, it doesn't take that long, and it's well worth the time and effort, right? Isn't that wild? Like, absolutely wild. So this project does, and I just showed you a black work project, right? So I do like backstitch. I like well thought out, well used backstitch, and I feel like Cheryl at Tiny Modernist does backstitch really well. Backstitch. I'm going to say it one more time, backstitch. The more I say it, the more you might like it. Backstitch. Backstitch. Okay. So that was my second whip of this fortnight. And the third whip of this fortnight is for something called the Speak Out Summer Sal. And this is by Bug from Crash Out Cross Stitch. Bug said, starting June 14th, which is her birthday, let's stitch on a project. Time to stand, my watch says. Starting this past week, let's stitch on a project that uplifts a marginalized community or just makes a statement, right? Like, let's stitch on something that says something. And so she's going to work on Sweet Land of Liberty and No Kings. And these are just a couple of, so this is a sampler for Grace from Nuri. I want to stitch that one and have it framed like my other ones. And she's also been featuring, if you don't know, like, I don't know what to stitch. Bug has been featuring, as people send her ideas, designers that you can go to. Like, if you're not sure or you want to support something, if you already have something but you want to get something new, I'll link her down below. So Julie is working on Trans Cuttlefish. This is what I'm working on. So this is Grief Knows No Bounds. I'll show you my progress here in just a minute. But this was a collaboration project and it's still available. You make a donation to either the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. I always forget. Doctors Without Borders, or one other charity, and you send a screenshot of your donation receipt along with your email address to myself and the other designers, and we send you your pattern. So that's what I'm working on. But she has been, so she's been shouting out designers. So like Cassidy Audacity is stitching a Noctiflora, Be Queer and Do Stitchcraft on that gorgeous fabric. Amazing. She gave us a Sunshine Stitchers talked about it. Siren Stitchworks Juneteenth, Sweet Land of Liberty is what Bug is working on. I'm working on that one. And then people started suggesting, right? So Rebel Stitcher has good designs. Bad Stitch has some great designs. Oh, it is me. Inger's Crafts, which I had never heard of. Looks like they have some great designs for this. Samantha Lane Textiles. And Librarian Stitcher is stitching the Birmingham Girls sampler. Stitching with Charlie, talked about it on YouTube. It's also Jed X Stitch June. So there's that. That's a nice, simple, but effective one. F you, I won't do what you tell me. Reading in CA did something with her floss. Not exactly sure what. I didn't look at the... Witch's Garden Crafts has some designs. Anyway, so on and so forth. You can see. Let me show you what I've been working on. So this is Grief Knows No Bounds. And I'll show you I want to show you two things. So first of all, I'm back on my desktop again. So this is the pattern. And like I said, so you can make a donation to the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund, Doctors Without Borders, or the Parents Circle, and just send me a receipt of your donation. It has to be at least $15 in your currency, and I'll send you this pattern. And there were 4 of us that designed it together: Mariam of Marumi Crafts, Yaz of Yasmin's Made with Love, Aya Rosen, and Yaz of Crafty Yams, and myself. So, man, we designed this years ago, and the fact that the genocide in Palestine is still going on is more than a cross stitch can take care of, but also like something that we need to continue talking about because I feel like the world has given up. But anyway, this is where I was when I first started. So you'll notice like maybe a quarter of the way up this side, a third of the way up this side, a little bit across the bottom. And I stitched on this for 2 days over last weekend, and look how far I got. Look at this. This is not small. So this is on a piece of 40 count even weave from Jessie at Mislaid Pages. It's called Determination. And it's actually the fabric that was used. Jessie dyed this fabric for Dee's 20 Stitches 2024 Stitch for Pride, which I finished on here, but it's a big piece. So big enough for 2. So the next time I go to Acorns, I'm going to take this side to get it framed, and then I'll be left with a little less fabric to deal with on this, but it's not bad. So my plan with this is actually something that I don't usually do. I'm going to do all of the border, and then I'll go in and fill in the birds on the inside. So my plan is all of the border, and then the center like squares to square it off, and then I'll go bird, 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 bird. And the reason that this is not getting old, right, with the borders is because I do a couple strands of this color, a couple strands of the dark blue, a couple strands of the light teal, a couple strands of black, a couple strands of this color, a couple strands of light blue, a couple strands of the teal, a couple strands of black. So while I'm mindlessly watching Love Island, don't at me, I love Love Island, I'm stitching on this. And just looking at this now, like I can't believe I've had this as a whip for this long without finishing it because I love this piece. So let me see. When did I start this? I started Grief Knows No Bounds on January 7th, 2024, which is just after we finished designing it and releasing it. So 2 years I've been working on this. And my goal is for this whip not to turn 3 years old. I mean, we'll see, right? Because I get distracted. And there's a bunch of other stuff. I'm about to tell you about 53 plans that I want to do. But I love this project, Grief Knows No Bounds. So as soon as I finish, because really and truly, like, I need to finish this first. It's a sal, and I'm caught up. And then I'll go back to this. Yeah. But this fabric, if you haven't tried 40 count Verdal, if you're a 40 count stitcher or a high count stitcher and you haven't tried 40 count even weave, the 40 count even weave is called Verdal. If you haven't tried it, please, please try it. grab a piece from Jessie at Mislaid Pages. They make beautiful fabric, and just give it a go because it's fun to stitch on. I love a 40 count even weave. Okay. That's all I've been working on. Let's talk about what I plan to work on because it's always more fun, right? So I'm going to finish These Plants Could Kill. I am going to continue working on my Grief Knows No Bounds for hashtag Speak Out Summer Sal. And then, in between there, I like to have a little palette cleanser. And I like to have like a small thing, a fun thing to do. So my homegirl Deanna at Darling and Whimsy, she has a Patreon of which I'm a member. Her theme this year for her Patreon chart is birds in baskets. And she just hit us with this one this morning. It's a flamingo in a basket, y'all. So I'll be palette cleansing with Deanna's flamingo in a basket. It shouldn't take that long. And I kind of feel like, because at work right now, what I do is I go, I eat my lunch at my desk and I work through my lunch all the time, which on the one hand, it's like, that's fine because I also, I'll go for a walk with my former assistant manager but we're walking and talking, right? Like so I'm never really not working while I'm at work. And I think I need to kind of switch it up. So I might actually try to have a work project. So we're going to see if this could be my work project because it's not too many colors. It's simple. I should be able to pick it up and put it down pretty easily and not like lose my place. And I can stitch it in hand, which is important. And then I'll probably choose like a variegated for the border and the fish. I'll probably choose one variegated blue, like maybe like one of the Cottage Garden Threads Chaos collection. So it's super variegated. And I'll do the same for the grass so that I'm just using one floss and I'm not switching back and forth. So that's on the docket. And then I'm also a member of Shaded Stitchery's Patreon. And Nuri came out with this one for June 2026. It's and this is what I was referencing with taking up space, right? Like these two are pretty reminiscent of each other. And they look like they would go really well next to each other. So I think maybe instead of starting Freedom Motif Sampler, because this one's like 74 by 74 or 74 by 75, maybe instead of starting Freedom Motif Sampler for my next Nuri, I'll start this one because it feels manageable and I need manageable in my life right now. And it would also totally fit into the theme of the other ones. And then I could get it framed in the same frame and hang it up with all of them. I am picturing a Nuri Shaded Stitchery gallery wall. So I have, I'm just going to take it. Juneteenth is already on my wall, but hold on. I'm just going to go grab Juneteenth. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay. So this is what I'm picturing. Are you ready? So this is, Jesus, this is so beautiful. Sorry, I'm not talking about my stitching. Although my stitching is good, I'm talking about Nuri's designing. So this is this Juneteenth day, and this was Nuri's first sampler that she released for Juneteenth a few years ago now. Finally finished it. Love this so much. Loved stitching this. This was, I think this might have been my first design of Nuri's that I stitched, and it's just... It was a really good insight into the way she designs, and she designs so beautifully. So then this was the next one I finished. No, that's not true. I finished another one in between. But so this is on 40, and this is on 36. And do you see where I'm going with this, right? Gallery wall. So I say I do Tribes of Wakanda, which I think is similar size to this. I think this is like in the 100s, and Tribes of Wakanda is 74 by 75 or whatever. But do you see where I'm going? Like gallery wall, either I put this here and Wakanda over here, or this here and Wakanda here, and then another big one over here. But do you see how like I'm framing them all the same and they're going to match, quote unquote, but they're not going to like matchy match. So I'll probably do Tribes of Wakanda on, and I'm going to try to keep the fabrics like neutral-ish, but I have a metric shit ton of Fox and Rabbit 36 count because I am a card-carrying member of their Patreon with the fabric level. And they just send me so much good fabric in that. Like, if you think like, oh, hey, I don't know. If you think, oh, hey, I might need more fabric, Fox and Rabbit, Patreon, fabric level. You will not disappoint. I've never looked at one and been like, meh. They're always good. But if I keep putting these on 40 or 36 count Fox and Rabbit, then it'll kind of, they'll match. But look at those. Ah! Okay, so I'm going to do Tribes of Wakanda and then frame it to match these on a 36. I am glad I put this one on 40 because she's big. But, and then shout out to Acorns for all the framing. Whoops. Careful. Okay. And then my plan is, and this is so exciting. My friend Ryan, Wild Violet Cross Stitch, she just started a Patreon. I've been obsessed with Ryan for years, like both on a design level and on a personal level. She's so cool. She's just like effortlessly cool, right? And also she's really kind and she's smart and she's gentle and she's a good friend. So, I think one of my earlier introductions to Ryan were these little tarot dudes that she does. Dudes being a gender neutral term here. I love these. The Snipper, the Ripper, and the Stitcher. So she released these 3. And I think she also has the Sipper, which is a coffee cup or tea if you prefer. But she also has the Sipper. And I stitched this on it's like a 25 count or a 28 count, 24. I think it might be a 28 count. I think my friend Diana dyed it. And I know I stitched this in a color and cotton floss because I was heavy into color and cotton when I stitched this a long time ago. And what I love that I did is I stitched the implements and the floss line in 2 strands. And then I stitched the skeledudes and the Roman numerals in 1 strand. And that really gave it some dimension for me, right? And then I'm pretty sure I gave this to Janine at Acorns and Threads, or Jolyn at Acorns and Threads, and she turned it into this awesome needle book for me, which you can tell I don't use, but I should. So, how cute is this? Okay. So that's a teaser because Ryan has a Patreon now. And I think I can talk about this. Because she's been teasing it on her Instagram. She is going to give us a Skeledude Major Arcana. She's doing all these Skeledudes. And they won't be these were designed monochromatic. And I just stash busted with them. They won't be designed monochromatic. She's currently testing. She's taking us. It's on Patreon, right? So she's taking us on the process with her. She's currently swatching for the designs, but she's going to do all of the majors. So that's why I don't want to get into anything big, right? I don't want to start Freedom Motif Sampler because it's big. Because I got 21 of these to stitch? So I'm going to need to pace myself. And also, that leads me to this week's giveaway, which is I am giving you 2 months of Ryan's Patreon. So I'll give you the I'll gift you the Patreon at the level that I'm at, which is what would get you the designs. So you can see there's already a peek at the palette testing, welcome to the Primitive Tarot. Y'all, please get excited with me. So I will put my Google form down below and then just, I think all I need is your email address to sign you up for the Patreon. So I think that's not bad for me as far as plans. That's not bad, right? That's finish some things, work on a whip, start two new things, try to take breaks at work, get ready for this, which I'm so excited about. Which is good because I have been really busy lately because we got a baby kitty. And I am going to, usually I stream live with my patrons for 2 hours and then I cut out the middle of it and put it up on YouTube. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get the baby kitty. I'm going to introduce y'all to her. And then that's going to cut my stream short because I am going to go play with her. So, because it's not fair, right? She's in her little house right now. She's meowing away. She wants some attention. She's just a baby kitty. She just woke up from a nap. So I'm going to go get her. I'm going to introduce her. And then I'm sorry to the patrons, but this will be a shorter stream because her name's Maya Makani, and once she's out and about, she deserves to be played with. She's a baby. So let me go grab her, and I'll be right back, and y'all can meet her, and she's so cute. And we won't be on here for very long because she's a baby and she's squirrely. So hold on just a second. She's the littlest. She's the littlest. Look at her. So this is Maya Makani. She's 3 months. She wants to go. She's the littlest bitty. I think she sees herself. So we're going to go play because she hasn't been in the craft room yet. So she's not getting down. She's not getting down in the craft room, but she wants down real bad. So I'm going to say, see you guys later. It's worth it for the kitty. I'm going to say bye, my. We're going to say, see you guys later, and we're going to go play. Her little motor's running. So we got to get out. We got to get out on the highway. Right? All right. Say bye to the floof. And everybody go say happy birthday to Megan. It's her birthday. Let me wrangle this kitten. She's a grabby. Okay. Bye, fam.